Okay, welcome to Lesson 35. Lesson 35 is going to be a very simple, short, and sweet lesson. I told you a while back when we were doing unit multipliers and you only had to use one, that it was really, really important that you learn how to do that one correctly, because we would be adding multiple unit multipliers in the future. Well, that day has come, and we're going to use multiple unit multipliers. In this lesson, you'll be using two. So let's get right down to it. This says convert 360 inches to yards. Alright, so I'm going to write 360 inches, and then I'm going to do my unit multiplier, and I need to go inches, but I know that there's something larger than an inch but smaller than a yard. What is that? You're right, that is a foot. So I'm going to cross cancel out my inches, and I've got feet, but I'm not supposed to find it in feet, so I'm going to have to cross cancel out feet so that I can end up with yards. Alright, and see, then my feet will cross cancel. Once you have done this, then go back and put the numbers in. There's always going to be a 1, and the 1 is always going to be the one that is the larger measure. So I know that feet is larger than inches, so the 1 goes there. Here I know that yards are larger than feet, and then I just go back in and fill in how many inches are in a foot. That's right, there are 12. It doesn't look like a very good 2, does it? I'm sorry. And here there are 3 feet in 1 yard. Now if I were going to solve this, I would say 360 divided by 12 divided by 3, or I could say 12 times 3 is 36 divided 360 divided by 36 would be 10. But I'm not going to do that. What we've done right here, is your answer. It's what I would be looking for when I grade your paper. Alright, this one says use 2 unit multipliers to convert 24 miles to inches. I start out with miles. I know I'm going to have to cross cancel that out, but I'm told that I need to use 2 unit multipliers, and I need to end up with inches. So it needs to be there. Alright, so I'm going to ask myself, what is larger than an inch but smaller than a mile? That's right, feet again. So I'll put feet in here. Now I can cross cancel miles, I can cross cancel feet, and I can end up with inches. Now I ask myself, which one's bigger, a foot or a mile? Yes, a mile. Which one's bigger, a foot or an inch? That's right, a foot. How many feet are in 1 mile? If you don't know this right now, you will memorize it by the end of this book, because we're going to do so many of these, I promise you. Alright, and 12 inches in 1 foot. And this is the complete answer that we will be looking for. Alright, go to the next page. Alright, this lesson was so short it didn't have any practice problems, but it did have 3 problems in your problem set that were the new lesson. So we're going to do those together, and you'll come in and have 3 of your 30 problems already done tomorrow. Alright, so number 23 says use 2 unit multipliers to convert 400 inches to yards. I've got to get rid of inches, but I need another unit multiplier, and I need to end up with yards. What comes between inches and yards? Bigger than an inch, smaller than a yard. That's right, feet. Please do this before you fill in any numbers. That way you can make sure that you're putting the numbers in the right spot. Alright, then we ask ourselves, what's bigger, a foot or an inch? A foot. What's bigger, a yard or a foot? A yard. How many inches are in a foot? 12. How many feet are in a yard? 3. And you are done with this problem. That's what I'm looking for. Problem 24 says convert 3.6 kilometers to centimeters. Got to get rid of kilometers. I need another unit multiplier to get me to centimeters here on top. So what is smaller than a kilometer but larger than a centimeter? You're right, it's a meter. Alright, now, what's larger, the kilometer or the meter? Kilometer. So there goes the 1. How many meters are in a kilometer? Remember that K, kilo, means 1,000. And what's larger here, a meter or a centimeter? A meter. Cent means 100. So if you know these prefixes, that will help you remember the correct numbers. Okay, and finally in problem 25, it says convert 32 miles to inches. 32 miles, okay? And I'm going to have to cancel that out. I'm going to go to inches, so it needs to be the top one over here. Feet is smaller than a mile, but larger than an inch. Right, I can cross cancel these out, cross cancel these out. That's what I wanted. Alright, what's bigger, a foot or a mile? Obviously a mile. What's bigger, an inch or a foot? A foot. How many feet are in a mile? Remember, I just told you, you're going to memorize this. 5,280, and there are 12 inches in a foot. Good job. I'll see you tomorrow for lesson 36.